Decisive win for the UB Bulls this afternoon, 87-52 over the Coppin State Eagles. Back here at Alumni Arena, Howard Simon joined by the head coach of the Bulls, Nate Oates. Well, Coach, a lot of things that were on your checklist to do better. They did better today. Your team did better today. Let's start with the threes. Willie Connor and your three-point shooting. What can you say about that today?
Yeah, no, he caught fire, and you know what? Our guys did a really good job finding them. I think Blake had 6 assists and only 1 turnover. We've been on our guys to move the ball. So really happy with the way Blake was moving the ball, especially in the second half. And you know, Willie stays in the gym, works on his shooting. He deserves to shoot the ball well. So you know, I was happy for Willie. The whole team really. We shot 15 of 30 from 3. So you know that's pretty good shooting as a team.
How about the ball sharing today? You mentioned the assists. The three-point shots are there. Willie is there in the open because of the passes. Positive assist to turnover, +10 today. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, we're trying to get 2-1. We tried to get 20-10. We were 21-11, so it's right there. You know, we can still clean up a few of the dumb turnovers, I think. And, you know, we had 8 turnovers at Pitt, so we got 2 games in a row now where we're, you know, averaging, you know, under 10 in these last 2 games. So that's good. I'm happy with that.
Nate, how about your defense, too? We're talking here about the offense, but let's switch it around. Raheem had the highlight block of the day. I think he had 6 blocks today. What about, how did you feel the team did on the defensive end?
You know, we were better. I wasn't happy with the amount of threes we were giving up. I just thought we could contest it a little bit harder, but, you know, they only shot 27% on the day, so I thought we did a decent job with that. You know, we can always get better. But, you know, overall, I was pretty happy with everything. I think on the glass, we were up 14. We were only up, I think, 1 at the half on the glass, so we did a lot better job in the second half on the glass. And you know, it was a good win. We needed one like that right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask, nice to be back home again?
Yeah, it was great. So, I mean, alumni is good. You know, the weather wasn't great today. Everybody still came out. The environment was good. Our guys enjoyed playing in front of it. You know, we had a few highlights for them. DK and Park and Quate had a nice tip dunk. So hopefully we can get them all out. Hopefully a week from now we're all going to bring everybody downtown, and we got a big one down at Key Bank Arena. That'll be a fun one, too.
Congratulations.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Nate Oates joining us here, and we'll bring in the star of the game. There's no question who it was, Willie Connor. Let's look at the numbers again. 28 points, that ties his career high. He set a career high, the UB portion of his career, with the 8 made threes, 8 of 13, and we're joined by Willie here. Man, what's it like to be in that kind of a zone when everything is falling for you?
It felt good, actually. When I first started off, I was just catching a lot of them in rhythm. And then I'm like, all right, I made a few. Let's see if this keeps going. And then I had hit one coming off a screen. Yep. So I'm like, man, I'm kind of feeling it. So they just kept falling.
So, I mean, yeah, when you're having a day like that, are you telling those guys, just keep getting me the ball? Do they just know, let's find Willie?
Nah, actually not. Actually not. I just want to catch a lot of stuff in just like rhythm. I don't want to just keep hunting for the ball everywhere. Actually, it was Coach the one that was telling them, well, he got 3 more to break the record. I think that's kind of what like screwed me up, actually. But no, it was fun, though. It was fun.
I was going to pick on you for missing the last 3 threes you took. No, but it seemed like, Willie, a lot of your shots, some were contested, like you said, but a lot of times you were in that sweet spot in the corner, and you had time to have your feet set and shoot, which means those guys were getting you the ball at the right time.
Yeah. You know, we work a lot in practice on just getting it off real quick. So that's kind of what I was trying to do tonight, just get the ball off real quick, and, you know, I guess I made a few.
Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Willie. Thank you very much. Willie Connor with the game of his UB life here this afternoon with the 8 threes. Will joining me once again. So, as I said, I think if you're Nate Oates, you know, you had this checklist of things. You had a grueling road trip, some things you want to clean up in your game, and I think you have to be pretty happy with the progress from this one for sure.
Absolutely. They came out, they took care of the basketball, they shared the basketball, they shot it well. And they started off a little shaky on the glass, especially keeping them off the offensive glass, but they ended up out-rebounding them by 10-plus rebounds, and that's what you wanted to do. You come in, you take care of business, and get ready for the next one.
I think a game like this, Will, it underscores, again, one of the strengths of this team, depth. There's so many different guys and so many different ways UB can beat you.
That's right. They're multifaceted, like I said earlier in this game, and it's just the fact that you got shooters, you got C.J. Massenberg who can get to the rim, and then you have Nick Perkins along with Quate McKenzie and the athleticism that they have in the front court. It's a tough team to beat.
So the Bulls even their record at 5-5 on the season. Big day for them in the victory over Coppin State. Our next telecast of UB basketball, how about the women? Felicia Leggett-Jack and the ladies are perfect 8-0 this season. They're trying to extend that record, and we've got their game against St. Bonaventure coming up on Wednesday the 21st. For Will, I'm Howard. Thanks for joining us. Once again, the final here this afternoon, UB defeats Coppin State 87-52.